And we are back. I am going to show you yet another way you can add verbal instructions into a Seesaw assignment. I have found that sometimes when I want my students to do a lot of things, or maybe I have several sentences on there for reading, having just one caption can be very confusing or it's hard to keep up with. So another little trick you can use to add captions, I'm going to duplicate this again just so you can see. I also want you to notice if you have already recorded your caption, you made your base, you put all your elements in, and you made your caption of directions. If that's where you want to stop, but you still want to give several pages, that caption is going to carry over when you duplicate your page. So that will stay there. So now I want to add an actual play button next to order from least to greatest, order from greatest to least. I want them to be able to click right next to these words and hear what they say. So I'm actually going to go here where it says add page, and I'm just going to add a blank page. Now, on this blank page, I'm not going to record a caption. I'm actually going to come up to this microphone and I'm going to record what I want it to say. So for the first one, I know I want it to say order from least to greatest. So I'm just going to record that. Order from least to greatest. I'm going to click done. Now I have this little player here. I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. I'm going to move it around. I'm going to just Control C, copy it. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to Control V, paste it. And I'm going to just make it small. And it has the play button. Now, some people actually put like a speaker button on the page. So if I went to this page, I actually have one, I believe. Let's see. Yes, so you can put a speaker icon on the page. You have to adjust it and make it a little bit bigger so it'll catch. And you can record over that and it'll be there. But if you're going to make it really small, like I did on this page to where it's really small, you kind of lose the icon. So I've just stopped using the icon because I don't want to have to place it on my page and size it and do all that stuff. And it's obvious that there's a play button right here. So here's a play button right here. So see, they order from least to greatest. So they can hear those directions right away. So I'm going to lock that in place so they don't move it around when they're trying to click on it. Then when I go back here, I'm just going to delete this real quick. I still have this recording on this page, but I need to record order from greatest to least. So I'm just going to come back here because I don't have to keep this. I can delete it and it'll still save my recording up here. I'm not losing my recording. So then I'm going to record the next directions. Order the numbers from greatest to least. I've got it. Shrink, Control C, bring it up, Control V. To paste it, I just make it small as it'll go. And I put it right there and I lock it in place. Now I can actually go down here to this slide that I was using to record on this blank page, and I can delete the page. Yes, I want to delete it. And my recordings are still here. When you hit play, they still record. Order the numbers from greatest to least. So the recording's still there. I don't have to re-record. I don't have to worry that I deleted the page and you're not going to be able to hear it. It's still there. So there's a visual instruction, there's a captioned instruction, and then there's play buttons by each. Now I will say if I'm using the play buttons, I typically do not use the caption. If I do use the caption, my directions would say something like, listen to the play button by each line and follow the instructions. Something along those natures if I'm going to do it. But you can do one or the other, or you can do both. It's completely up to you. So that's another great way to add a resource into Seesaw that can help your students so that they can complete the work successfully. I'll see you back here in just a second for another video on some great tricks and tips to use in Seesaw.